So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom and it's day 22 of the Advent calendar. It's 22nd of December, just 2 more days left of the Advent. And today it's a really good light tank, in my humble opinion. This is the M4190 Girlfriend GF. This was originally released at the time of the grand final event. A special commemorative tank. You can see it's, well, you can't tell from this picture, but it is black colouring, and it has the Grand Final logo on it. It's not quite as garish as the AMX 1357 GF. This is a bit more subtle, but it's still there, and as a result it's one of those tanks you can't actually put any camo on. It already has this black job on it, which apparently makes it has the same impact as if it did have the camo painted on it, apparently, although there's some question around how much that's effective. Anyway, enough of that. Price of this package: you can buy it as a standalone tank. Brilliant. £21.13, which is for the tank, so it's just over €25, which is the tank itself and a garage slot. Alternatively, there is a bundle for you bundle fans out there. I know you love them. You can get the tank, a garage slot, 7,750 gold, 15 of those ×5 victory mission things, and 30 personal reserves of plus 100% crew experience for 2 hours. Just in case you weren't sure, obviously this personal reserves 100% crew experience for 2 hours is for every tank you play for 2 hours. You'll get that 100% extra crew experience. This ×5 mission is only for the guys in this tank. So once you have won your ×2 or ×3, your first victory of the day basically, then any subsequent victories that day, if you finish, I think in the top 10 you have to finish, you will get ×5 experience for them. Generally these ones have a time limit, generally the personal reserves don't. So, the Girlfriend, or Black Dog as some people call it. Let's have a look at what people reckon. Personally, I think this is an outstanding tank, a really good tank. So this is a German variant of the Walker Bulldog, which you see in the German tech tree. But unlike the American Bulldog, it carries a 90mm gun and not the autoloader. So let's have a look at it. 1,100 hit points. It obviously is tier 8 light tank, so that's not bad at all really. 1,100, but against the sort of tanks it's going to fight, because at the moment, until they change all the things around light tanks, this thing does not get any kind of preferential matchmaking. It has scout matchmaking, so that means the lowest tier you will ever face in this is tier 9. More often than not it's tier 10 battles, so 1,100 hit points doesn't really do you an awful lot of good against that kind of company, but that's not really what you're there for. You're a scout, you're a light tank. 24 tons roughly, commander, driver, gunner, loader, so not a bad trainer for the for the German light tanks. Yeah, pretty good for that. Engine power 500 horsepower, top speed is a very impressive 72 and 24 in reverse. Really agile light tank, as you'd expect. 54 degrees per second, power ratio of 21.28, so it gets moving quickly. It gets good top speed and it's very maneuverable, but it's a light tank. As a result of that, armor, forget it. 25, 25, 20. Turret 25, 25, 25. Yeah, you get hit, you're gonna die, frankly. So rather than armor, you use the mobility of the tank to avoid any kind of confrontation. As I said, it carries a 90mm gun. Really effective gun. 182 penetration with its AP rounds, 250 with heat rounds, and a very impressive 102 with HE. This is a very good HE firing 90mm, bit like the SU-251. There's a couple of other tanks that have a very effective 90mm HE firing gun. So on mine I carry a very even match out. Actually, I carry most AP, almost as much HE, and then a little bit of heat, because it will carry, how many rounds does it have? 46 rounds, so that's pretty good. So the average damage is 240, 240 and 320. It fires 15 rounds per minute, which is damn good. Dispersion of 0.4 is not great. Aim time of 4 seconds is also not great, but it does seem to get better than that. Obviously, with good crew and equipment, that can come down considerably. So your rate of so your average damage per minute is a very impressive 3,500. So it really can give out the fire. However, that accuracy is not fantastic. You are better at firing at close range, getting in, using the speed and mobility to circle an opponent, auto lock on, and just keep blasting away, either with the HE or the AP rounds. Has a -8 gun depression and +17, which is excellent. I said ammo capacity is very good as well. So yeah, really effective 90mm gun, even if the aim time is a little bit slow. A massive 400-meter view range, so with only a half decent crew and some equipment, you'll be up to the top end of where it's possible to view with this thing. Its signal range is 745. I'm just trying to see. Doesn't tell me what its camo is, but camo is pretty good on this thing from what I remember. So pros and cons. So it gets HEPT instead of HE, which has 102 millimeters of penetration. Yeah, so I'm saying it's the HE shell is a special shell, counts as HE for the game purposes. Really good. 102 millimeters of penetration, very good, as it says, for doing damage in the on the battlefield. Unlike the T49, the M4190 gets AP shells. Yep, so you can fire HE and AP. It has an outstanding heat shell penetration. What was that? We just talked about it. I've forgotten already. 250 millimeters of penetration with a heat shell. Very good. Unlike the RU251, it has 8 degrees of gun depression on all sides, so it's very good. Good top speed, makes it getting around and relocating easy. Yeah, it's a really nimble tank. Very good. Cons: subpar camo for a tier 8 light tank. I've not found that particularly a big problem, but it's not as good a passive scout as some of the others, but it's perfectly adequate. You do have to pay attention to, when you like to get spotted. 25 millimeters of armor at most means almost any tank in the game can pen you with HE. Yeah, HE will wreck you. Simple as that. Lower power to weight ratio is noticeable upon acceleration. So what did I say that was? I've not 21. Yeah, I mean, it's not as quick as some of the real whippets out there, but it's perfectly adequate. I don't see that as a big problem. And the other con is your commander is also your radio operator. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, this is a bulldog. I think it's personally, I really like it. I think it's a fantastic light tank, good fun to play, good credit generator, and I love mine. I bought mine immediately. In fact, I bought it because I saw a leaked video by Sam Lockhart. Keep talking about him in these videos because he does some brilliant work. But he did a leaked video on this, and when it was still in test, and I thought this was so much fun. So the moment it came out, I bought it and never regretted it. I think it's a fabulous tank. If you like your light tanks, I'd certainly recommend you get this thing. Anyway, hopefully that was helpful to you. If it was, please consider giving it a like down below. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, I'll be back later on with another video, normal video, and later on tomorrow with the final day but one offer, which I think is going to be the Rudy, and then obviously the last day is the 24th. So enjoy your games when you get them. Have fun. Remember, it's just a game, and I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom.